Hey there YouTube, this is Jesse of the permofit. So this is going to be a project video. So I'm going to let you see inside my fridge, or at least some of it. And I have a door that has one of the shelves, the biggest shelf, with no protection. I mean, not protection, no barrier to keep stuff from falling out. And it's a pain because all our condiments and salad dressings and things like that got to sit on the top shelf and takes up valuable square footage. So this is the culprit here. That's a sheet of paper. I'm going to take the dimensions and I'm going to make protection. I don't know why I want to keep calling this protection, but I guess it protects it from falling on the ground. Anyways, I'm going to make one of these, but I'm going to make it out of wood. Now, I just got an inexpensive piece of wood. I think it's a 1x2, and I'm going to cut it down and see what I can do. Alright, take some dimensions here. So here's just a quick sketch. Okay, this guy right here is this hole right here. This is a 3/8 gap. Okay, so I got a 3/8 gap. Now from this spot is the same as this spot. So from here to here is 27¼ inches. From the entrance of the hole to the outer edge of this, which is right here, from here to here is 2 inches. And let's see here, height is, all right, the height is 2 inches. So I like drawing these arrows. Alright, so I'm going to cut this out of wood, put it together, and I think I'm going to take the piece of wood, which is like this, from a side view, and I think I'm going to cut a notch in it like that. So it essentially is a hook and slides in. This guy will probably have to be like that. So I'll see what I can do. Alright. So this is the design that I came up with. So this guy here, I just got this glued and clamped. I got to wait another 15 minutes for it to dry, but essentially this is going to be the right side, and I have another one over here, which will be the left side. Show you that real quick here. So, and what it's going to end up doing is these are essentially going to be a wood hook. So the reason this bottom part is cut at an angle right here is because this guy here will fit in the 2-inch slot at an angle just fine, and then this bottom part will barely clear the bottom, and then it'll hook in, and then this top part will be pushing against the back side of the plastic. And I wanted to get a decent amount of surface area, so this is about an inch or so. Tape measure. So we're looking at about 1.25 inches. So I'm going to have these guys clamped and glued for a little while. They'll slide in, and then this notch, let's see here, this part that sticks out will sit just about flush with the inside of the plastic. I mean, it's going to be fairly close. So, and then what I'm going to do next is I have this long guy here cut at 27¼ inches, which is the, as you can see by my quick sketch, is the overall width of the shelf. So this guy here will fit up against, let's see, up against the edge, kind of like that. It'll stick out about 2 inches. I'll clamp and glue that, and then I'll let the glue dry. I'll throw some tack nails in it or some screws or something just to give it a little extra secureness. And then I'll sand it down around the edges, throw some lacquer on it, and I'll show you what the finished product looked like. Alright, so this is kind of the glued process of the completed project. I have this guy, which I had already had clamped for about 20 minutes to this guy was clamped to this guy already. Now I have this guy here clamped to this guy, and then this other clamp is just holding it square, and then I have it clamped to a desk because I am just one man. I ignore all the dirty, not dirty, but cluttery stuff. But same thing on this side. And then the theory is this guy will slide up inside the fridge and hold firm against the inside of the door. This guy will hold firm against the outside of the door, and then this 2-inch here approximately is the depth of the door. This guy will stick outside just a little bit, and then I'm going to, when I'm done, I'm going to sand this edge here clean, as well as the bottom edge, and then I'm also going to round the corners. Basically this edge right here, I'm going to round that guy, and that'll allow just a more finished look. Then I'll hit it with some lacquer. Alright, so I've assembled the door holder and whatever it's called. I've hit it with a coat of lacquer, and I've let it sit overnight. So this is the finished product. Now I have test fit this thing, and it is a tight fit. Now when I designed this, I did not bother to check to see if my measurements were accurate, but I test fit it and it did work. Now it's a little bit tight. And it does not quite drop down as much as I want. You can kind of see this inside here does not drop down. Let's see. So what I'm going to do, and I don't think it's the bottom edge that it's catching. Let's see. It's the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit more off the edge and try it again. Alright, so I took just a little bit off. Kind of hard to see. Took just a little bit off, and I'm going to see if this guy do this one-handed here. If you notice, I put a nail in there, a nail in there, and a nail in here, just to kind of physically tie it together. I just didn't want to rely on glue, because after I'd let the glue sit for about 40 minutes, this is Gorilla wood glue, which seems to hold fairly good. I've used it on a couple small projects. Let's see. One of the little fins which is inside here popped off, so I decided to throw the nails in there and then let it dry overnight. I had to resand it down and reglue it. So I'll be back in a second to show you how it fits. Alright, so this is pretty much how it sits. Now, there you go. So now, if you look, there is a little bit of gap, but it sits pretty much like I wanted, up against there. And if you look, this is almost flush. What I had to do is I had to notch. Let's see if I can get this out here and show you. Oh, this stuff's easy with one hand. Alright, so I had to notch this guy right here, which is just about the same distance as the depth of or thickness of this plastic is what this notch is. It's really close, and I haven't thought about whether I'm going to epoxy the whole thing in place or not, but I think I'm just going to hit it with another coat of lacquer since I did all this cutting and sanding on this, and I'll just go from there. But yeah, so I had to notch it. You can see it a little more pronounced in this one over here. That little step is about the same thickness as that plastic. So alright, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This video is brought to you by my refrigerator. Don't forget to thumbs up if you like the video, and +1 if you hate Google+. And as far as commenting goes, I think I'm going to go the way of some of these other guys and have you comment on Facebook fan page or something, but I don't have one yet. So anyways, catch you guys later and see you in the next video.